I got a very good question the other day asking, is core training, especially like abdominal flexion-based training, sit-ups and leg raises, ruining your posture? It's a fair question because we sit and we're hunched over a lot all the time, even if we're fairly athletic, and this is not very conducive to good, upright, strong, commanding posture, inhibits things like deep breathing and causes all sorts of neurological weaknesses and stuff. So it's a good thing to think about. But as I discussed in the last video, if we have a dominant imbalance of hunching over and flexing, reducing the amount of core training we do isn't going to fix the problem. And as I explained in that video, the imbalance that we have, even if the front side is dominant, like let's say the abs are really strong, the erectors along the spine and your lower back are really weak, getting the abs to be weaker isn't going to fix you because you've trained your body to be like this, and all you're gonna do by weakening your abs is being weaker by still being like this. It's not going to help you stand more upright. Instead, what I recommend is use your core training. Do the sit-ups, do the leg raises, do the planks, all that stuff. Great, wonderful, keep it just as it is. Instead, add in something extensor, some sort of extending kind of movement to balance things out and strengthen up those spinal erectors, get your shoulders back, your lats, your hips, everything along the posterior chain. Of course, my favorite as always are bridges. Bridges are very good, especially for those spinal erectors. They do a very good job at helping to mitigate that hunched over look. Other things, of course, you have hip extensions on the bench and even weighted movements like deadlifts, kettlebell swings, snatches, that sort of thing. My recommendation is usually always start with a foundation of bridges because it usually tends to be a little bit safer for anyone who has back issues, but it's also a very good way for the brain to remember how to use those muscles along your posterior chain. So get on some bridges, and if you are finding you're hunched over, use a 2-to-1 ratio. For every set or minute that you do of something flexing, do 1.5 to 2 minutes of something extending. And that should help to balance things out, improve your posture, and make both your backside and your core absolutely stronger than before. Questions below. Be fit, live free.